What's up, guys? Field Yates recently released a 2 round mock draft, and I wanted to talk about a couple of things here. He is one of the more connected guys around the NFL when it comes to these mock drafts. He's pretty much the new Mel Kiper Jr., but a little less crazy than Mel Kiper. And while I don't think his Bears picks are very realistic, I do think there's a lot to take away from this mock. The players that could fall to round two, and I'll take a look at the more interesting picks in the mock. Let's go ahead and get right into it. First, here are the Bears' 3 picks. He has us taking Will Campbell at pick 10, wide receiver Emeka Egbuka from Ohio State in round 2, followed by his teammate running back Quinshawn Judkins just 2 picks later. All offense in the first 2 rounds. I don't know how I feel about this one, but I don't really see any chance we take a wide receiver with one of our first 3 picks. I do like Emeka Egbuka, I just don't see it happening. But let's go ahead and take a look at how it shook out above us in round 2 and how the early round 2 started. I won't show the whole draft, but this is how the top 10 went. You don't really see any major surprises here. I think the top 10 could fall very much like this. Mason Graham and Ashton Genty both get picked. So does Jalen Walker, leaving the Bears pretty much with a choice between Will Campbell and Tyler Warren. And Yates has us choosing the LSU offensive lineman, with Tyler Warren going a few picks later to the Colts. The second round is what is really interesting here. He has Tyler Shuck, quarterback, going with the first pick to the Browns, but then Kenneth Grant right there in the early round, too, just 7 picks in front of us. At this point, I might really be looking into trading up. If Kenneth Grant falls into round 2, that would be the biggest home run I could imagine in this draft. But there are various other options that I'd be really happy with here. Donovan Izaraku, the pass rusher from Boston College. Ohio State left tackle Josh Simmons. He falls to pick 37. Just 2 picks before us, Field Yates has the Chiefs trading up for him. Man, I know people have pretty much ruled out Josh Simmons for pick 10, but if we could land him at pick 39, at that point, I don't think Ryan Poles would hesitate. And continuing that thought process, does that make passing on a left tackle in round 1 more viable? With the thought that we have a shot of landing either Josh Simmons or Josh Connerly Jr. at pick 39, or then there are a couple other tackles, maybe our fallback option. Yates has Ariante Ursary going just a couple picks later to the 49ers. Maybe him or Boston College's Ozzie Trapilo would be our backup option there. But with 3 or 4 tackles potentially going in this range right around where we pick in round 2, waiting till day 2 to draft a tackle might make a little bit more sense. And if Josh Simmons is there, I wouldn't even mind trading up a couple spots. But there are no guarantees in the NFL draft, and I believe this is going to be one of the craziest first rounds we've seen in a while. But a few other players are still on the board here. Tyler Booker went 1 spot before us. We landed Quinshawn Judkins. Mason Taylor went a pick later, another really good tight end prospect. But then one of the craziest players on the board is Nick Scorton, falling to pick 47. He would be an absolute steal at this point of the draft. And he's one of the guys, if he's there at 39 and 41, I think Ryan Poles might really be looking into this guy. He could come in and be a starting edge right away, or he could set behind Dio for a year and battle him all season long while providing depth on this defensive line. Nothing too crazy here, and I didn't want to run too many mocks because I do have my 32-man real person mock draft this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All 7 rounds. If you guys missed it last year or you weren't a subscriber at this time, it's a draft I've been part of for 5+ years now. 32 people. It's year round. They get together 3 days a year, not in person, but online. And we do 3 nights of drafts. My last 2 drafts have turned out pretty realistic, and I've landed at least 1 or 2 players that Ryan Poles has drafted in each of the last 3 years. So that's why I try to narrow it down so I can grab a couple more people that maybe Ryan Poles is looking into this year. Stay tuned for that, guys. Please hit that like button for me. I have more content on the way. Turn on those notifications so you don't miss out. And until next time, bear down.